Is that a wild DT? With the Charmander in the chat? What's going on, DT? How you doing? We're starting in about a minute or so. I got something that you've never seen before, so let me play that and stop talking. This is UCW Prime, from the first bell to the next generation. Pokemon go really hard. I can't lie. We gotta get custom. Stuff like that. I don't know what that would be.
Shadows rise, we're unseen. Knuckles crack, steel hearts ignite. Unleash the beast.
Dr. Supreme Knight in the house. How's it going, brother? How you doing? This is UCW. No. How is it going, gentlemen? Welcome in, Leo. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Let me correct myself. Let's hop into the game. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to UCW Prime. Let's go. Let's fucking go. I love this. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I'm not willing to discuss how long it took me to make it. You're exhausted. I bet with how hot it was, I'd be exhausted just from being alive. Gabe Gordon versus PrimeTime Powell in a #1 contendership match for the Junior Heavyweight Championship. And then Calvin Rodgers will take on the UCW Prime Champion Nicholas Lancer in an Extreme Rules match. Chloe Adams takes on Sloane to represent the UCW Prime Women's Division. And Harrison Rose takes on Skillz for Skillz Prime Internet Championship. And then, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, we will have a TLC triple threat match between Shawn Hunter, James Casey, and Van Dyer for the Prime Time Briefcase. Personally, I've been sitting here waiting to do this for about an hour, so I'm ready to hop in if y'all are. Let's get into the action. Gabe Gordon versus PrimeTime Powell. Once again, #1 contenders match. It's only Wednesday. You need some milk. Go to the grocery store and get some milk, brother. Milk is very important. Milk, eggs, bread, that's what I grew up on. If it was going to storm, we all had to go get that. And this is the UCW Prime Arena, ladies and gentlemen. Also got the touch-up with the little branding and stuff like that. Brought to you by GamerSupps. Eventually, best energy drink in the game. 0 calories, 0 keto. No sugar, no calories. All that good shit. That's why they don't pay me yet. Gabe Gordon making his way down to the ring. The Black Bear of UCW Prime. Only a technicality that he is on the developmental roster. Just needed to fill them slots, ladies and gentlemen. And for those of you who are new, we do have scheduled interruptions as far as my webcam. Don't ask why. A nap would be good too. I felt that. I slept way better last night than I did any other night before. It was way better. Woke up in a great mood. Just yelled at you to stay away from dairy. Then you don't need milk, I guess. She said so. That's how it has to be, sir. Now it looks like it's going to storm. It's been doing some weird things as far as the weather here today. It's been off and on rainy, dark as hell, super scary outside. And there he is, ladies and gentlemen, PrimeTime Powell. He is not the namesake of this show. Editing takes so long, hours for the shortest clips. Yeah, So when you break it down, each entrance is about a minute to a minute and a half, and then you have to record the whole entrance, and then you have to go through from that minute and a half, pick out your 2 to 5 second clips that you want or your 2 to 5 second clips, and then you have to place those in the music, and you have to do that for Prime. We have 20 people on the roster, so I had to do it for 20 people. Not all 20 of them made it because some of them were boring, but PrimeTime Pals is not boring. Shaking it for the fans. Getting lit in the middle of the ring. Not taking this match seriously. Ladies and gentlemen, this match is about to be underway. I hate how long those scenes take. The ref is getting them ready. The bell rings. The match begins. Welcome in. Gabe Gordon takes out the arm of Primetime Powell very early. Into the corner. I'm trying not to call every move. I feel like calling every move is a little excessive. But like at the same time, I'm trying to like speak and do things for commentary purposes. Huge kick to the face, takes out Primetime Powell. Mo Skillz also on the card. That's why name's in the brain. Gabe Gordon in control. Picks him up. What's he looking to do? Switches the stance, bounces the face of Primetime Powell off the rope. Not a fan of that move. Just super disrespectful. And like, imagine the pain to your throat. It's gotta hurt. Drop kick from Gabe Gordon. Takes out Primetime Powell. He's going up to the top. He wants Powell standing for this one. It's an odd choice. It's very early. Double axe handle connects. Gabe Gordon not concerned at all about the abilities of his opponent. Powell able to kick out before the 2 count. He rolls under the ropes, trying to catch his breath. Gabe Gordon takes the opportunity, looking for something dangerous. A sledgehammer. Powell's response to that is a table. Table shot to the face connects. The hammer didn't. Primetime Powell takes control. Dropping down on the arm, letting him know what it feels like. Catches him with a big chop, and a combo sends Gordon back down to his feet. Are you off work, DT? How was your day at work? How was everybody's day at work, actually? I don't know what y'all do with y'all's lives. I don't know if y'all have jobs, if you don't. Leah, I know you work at a summer camp. How was that? It was hot, apparently. Grabs Primetime Powell by the back of the head. Gabe Gordon, some semblance of control back in his favor with a trash can from underneath the ring. Gets a big punch. Drops him down with a reverse DDT. Primetime Powell needs to put it together. I'd hate for him to be the namesake of the show and not be the Prime champion. Going for a cover. Gabe Gordon, once again, not even a 1 count. Blame that on the little bit of a mess in the middle of the ring. Huge super kick from Primetime Powell. I think Gabe Gordon was just as surprised as we are. He is not responding to Primetime Powell's call to stand. Now he does. Catches Powell with a big punch to the face. And a headlock. Meets him with a punch again. Primetime Powell, not in a good position. A little worrisome, I have to say. Takes him out. Throws him into the ropes. Primetime Powell trying to put it to drop kick, misses. Gabe Gordon knocks him out of the way. Drop down. Leapfrog over, meets him with a huge rolling elbow, busts Primetime Powell open. Pulls a chair out and decides he doesn't want to play with that. Primetime Powell makes his way to his feet over the top rope, catches him with a big combo. Uranagi lays out Gabe Gordon. I do not think that is enough to keep him down. So he decides to work on the legs instead. Over the top rope. Frog splash off the top rope. Takes out Gabe Gordon. Going for the cover. 2. Only a count of 2. Big forearm to the face. Powell still in control. Gabe Gordon gets out of the way. Sends Powell over the rope. Knocks him back. Takes too long to get in the ring. Gabe Gordon all over that. Down onto his back. I'm assuming he's going to go for the trash can. Yes, he is. Just throwing it down on his opponent. That's rude, man. He's going for a cover. The ref can't get past the trash can, though. Only a count of 1. Beautiful game design. Gabe Gordon calls Primetime Powell up to his feet. Meets him with a big punch, then another. That's why I haven't done it. My attention span and patience for that is very minimal. It grows. The longer you do it, the more that you do it, and the longer you stay engaged on it. Like I've found like Discord kind of distracts me whenever I'm doing it. And like in certain situations, like if it's people who are also working on stuff, it's way easier. But if it's people who are just playing video games, it's a little harder just because I'm trying to pay attention to what they're doing too. Gabe Gordon going for a cover on Primetime Powell, only a count of 2. But I mean, I've been editing since I was 16, off and on. So I've had almost 10 years to learn how to sit here and just suffer. But I mean, I've learned how to keyframe and stuff like that recently, like way better than I ever have, and like green screen effects and stuff like that. And that's where the tedious stuff starts. Gabe Gordon is about to lay out Primetime Powell. If he goes through through the table, and he just goes for the trash can, he's not even gonna go for a cover. Throws it on top of him, catches him, going for the cover. Gabe Gordon. 2. I hope he wins. Brother just got put through a table. That was insane. That was one of the best spots we've had in UCW so far. It wasn't the ladder, Supreme, but it was something. I'm ready for camp to be done. Then I'll have 2 weeks straight before going back to work. Nice little summer break, though. I'm sure those summer camp kids suck, though. Like, I'm sure that sucks, for real. Gabe Gordon, ladies and gentlemen, your #1 contender for the Junior Heavyweight Championship. He will go on to take on Con Ra next week. Make sure I highlight that so I don't forget. Ladies and gentlemen, next up, we've got Nicholas Lancer versus Calvin Rodgers for the UCW Prime Championship. This is Nicholas Lancer's first title defense, winning the UCW Prime Championship 2 weeks ago. The ring announcer getting them all ready for what is sure to be an action-packed match. Ladies and gentlemen, making their way down to the ring first. I'm not quite sure yet, but we'll get there. Calvin Rodgers. I was hoping they sent the challenger out first, but they don't always. Calvin Rodgers calls himself the Death Machine. I'm willing to bet a championship would make that name stick a whole lot better. Some that are sweet than their other ones, who have made me have to walk away from the room for about 5 minutes to collect my composure. Yeah, that's most kids for me. Kids are cool, kids are great, but like, I gotta collect myself because there's 75, 25 that like y'all are gonna annoy me, and like I'm just a slightly impatient person, so like it's my fault, not theirs. I'm aware of enough to know that. I get it. I understand. Calvin Rodgers standing in the middle of the UCW Prime ring, hoping by the end of this match that will be his ring. The American Tragedy as well. Haven't seen that on his shirt before. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your UCW Prime champion, Nicholas Lancer, and the new and improved UCW Prime Championship around his waist. What do we think? How do we feel? I love the blue and the purple personally. Think it makes it look way more modern. If you're new, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. This is UCW Prime, our developmental show. Not as fast-paced, not as carnage-orientated, but it's a good show out nonetheless. It's also our shorter show. Makes Wednesday my short day. The champion obviously primed and ready to go. Do you see what I did there? Very excited for his first title defense. I really like it. I think it's great. Not to my own horn. Not the best belt out of the new belts, but it's pretty good. I like it. The ring announcer once again getting the crowd in order for what is sure to be a crazy match. He's taking a look at it. He looks intent on making that his. The ref puts the belt up. These two men standing across from each other. I'm sure there is some absolute damage waiting to happen. Nicholas Lancer lands the first punch. Calvin Rodgers looks a little confused. Was not expecting to eat fist that fast. Big kick to the face as well. The Death Machine, now the one on his feet. The eyes of, y'all see Nicholas Lancer's eyes bulging out of his head. It's the beginning of the match, brother. You ain't in that much pain. German suplex. Calvin Rodgers. Nicholas Lancer back up to his feet, back and forth between these two men. Into the ropes. He catches him with a reversal. Takes him out with a crossbody. Zoom out just a little bit. Both men heading out of the ring. The Death Machine pulling out a ladder. The champion going for his own weapon. He seems to have pulled out a table. What's up with the what's up with bringing the knife to a gunfight? That's exactly, like, I mean, it worked in the last match. But it didn't because he lost. But just eyeing his opponent from the outside. Nicholas Lancer using every bit of that champion's advantage to his advantage. Makes his way back in. Calvin Rodgers obviously ready for him. Down onto the ladder. The Death Machine gets pushed off. The champion makes his way back up to his feet. Big elbows. Big punch as well. Not punch, kick. What am I talking about right now? Going for the cover, the Death Machine. Drops him down on his neck. Nicholas Lancer takes him out. Big shoulder to the face of the champion. Calvin Rodgers, for the last few minutes of this match, has not been in the best position. The challenger seems to be putting it together. Trash can goes over the ropes. He catches him. He's got him on his shoulders. The Death Machine drops him down on the top rope. Like I said, I don't like that move. It's not my favorite. Now snapping the leg forward of the champion, trying to chop the base down. And another trash can gets thrown across the body. Y'all some disrespectful MFers. Down onto the groin. The Death Machine flips him over. Into the ropes. Drops down. Big stomp to the chest. I believe we might be having some connection issues, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure why, but they might be happening. Big kick to the gut. The champion drops him down. Is that enough to keep the challenger down? We're not going to find out. He's going for that trash can. We got some pain-obsessed people here on UCW Prime. Instead of going for the win, we're going to just beat the hell out of our opponent with the trash can and go from there. Punch to the face. He's got his back. Sleeper hold locked in. He's got a choke. The rear naked. Elbows to the body. Lancer's fighting out of that one. A pin, actually. Only a count of one. Big forearm to the face. Sends the Death Machine back down. He wants his opponent on his feet. Misses the kick. The Death Machine also eats a reversal. These two men are going back and forth. Drops down. Again, misses the kick. Calvin Rodgers, not in a good spot. Huge elbow from Nick, or nope, I had the names backwards. Calvin Rodgers isn't in a good spot. Nicholas Lancer back on his feet, taking the opportunity to go outside and breathe for just a second. Back underneath the ring, a kendo stick comes out. Death Machine with his back turned. He's able to put a stop to that. Big elbow off the middle rope, takes out the champion. Calvin Rodgers with a huge kendo stick to the arm. Just beating the hell out of his opponent. Not nice. Not cool. He's man down. You ain't got to do all that. You ain't got to. I'm here for it, but like, this is a developmental show. You're going to get a contract for breakdown. I promise you that. A pile driver, the death machine out of nowhere, just pile drive the hell out of the champion. Nicholas Lancer is getting pinned. 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new UCW Prime champion. Okay, cool. It happened. I don't necessarily know if that was like a championship win worthy performance. It must have been a pile driver from hell. Must have been a pile driver from hell. That is all I'm saying. Ladies and gentlemen, our next match is to represent the UCW Prime Women's Division. We've got Chloe Adams taking on Sloane in an Extreme Rules matchup. No special privileges, nothing cool coming from that, because Chloe Adams, of course, is the UCW Prime Women's Champion. There it is, the new UCW Prime Women's Championship around the waist of Chloe Adams, your UCW Prime Women's Champion. Shaking off all the nerves, all the negative energy of the crowd. This woman does not care what the fans think. Which, you know, as CEO, president, booker, janitor, I don't know how I feel about that. But she is champion nonetheless, and her skills got her there. And ladies and gentlemen, the challenger looking to pop off on UCW Prime early on. We've got Sloane. Quite a long entrance. We'll probably skip through it. But Sloane, ladies and gentlemen, nonetheless. Not sure what that flower is. Might give her special mystical powers. Might just smell nice. I'm not sure. Sloane makes her way to the ring, and now we're going to cut it. Chloe Adams, Sloane set to do battle in a one-on-one. Big drop kick from Sloane takes out Chloe Adams. Misses whatever that was supposed to be. I'm not sure. Looked like a cartwheel that's supposed to land into a crossbody. Chloe Adams slamming Sloane down. Now she's looking to pin the head between the feet, pulling on the hair. Back when I did not know what that was, I did not understand how that would hurt. But now I understand. She's stepping on her hair. That would hurt very bad. Chloe Adams goes to the top rope. Drops down on top of Sloane. Going for a cover very early on in this match. Only a count of 1. Misses the stomp down onto the body. Catches her with a huge knee. Once again, stomping down on the leg. She wants her up on her feet. Chloe Adams showing why she is the champion. Off the ropes. Catches the head of Sloane. Taking her for a little spin, then throws her to the side. Underneath the ropes. Drops her back down. Sloane trying to take control. Throws her into the barricade. Now going underneath the ring. Another table coming out. I've said it a few times. The prop budget that we spend on just tables is absolutely insane. Sloane taking her time on the outside. Goes underneath the ring, looking for something to even the score. Comes in with a sledgehammer. Chloe Adams takes it away from her, but she knocks it out of her hands, catches her with a big punch. Into the corner, rebound. Chloe Adams too fast, gets out of the way. Big punches. Elbows as well. Chloe Adams in complete control now. Going for another cover. Sloane able to kick out. Big punches to the face and then a slap. Takes the legs out from underneath Chloe Adams. She's crawling to the corner, trying to catch her breath. Another big sledgehammer shot to the face. Over the top rope, Chloe Adams goes. She's got her by the back of the head. Big elbows to the body from Sloane. Huge punches as well. Not the challenger, but the non-champion putting it together. A little bit of a comeback in order. Big kick to the face. She's going for a cover. 2. Only a count of 2. Sloane not able to get the pin on the champion. Chloe Adams back to her feet, catches her with a massive combo, lays her back down on her back, draping the knees across her. Chloe Adams sets up the table in the middle of the ring. Big chops, doing a lot of damage. Sloane flips her over her hip, trying to get away from the attack. Steel chair comes back out. Possibly the steel chair from the last match that was just discarded and never used. Sloane going for something big. Chloe Adams gets out of the way. Catches her by the head once again. Throws her around. Little spin. Nice little spin. Going for the cover. Only a count of 1. And a big drop kick as well. She also throws the chair at her. This chair is getting used and abused. Not as bad as the wrestlers, but this chair is getting tossed around. Misses the kick to the body. Sloane with a rolling elbow. And it's only rolling because Chloe Adams rolled into it. Chloe Adams fights out. Big reversal, trying to get Sloane off of her. Through the table. Chloe Adams. 2, 3. Chloe Adams showing why she is champion. Another big table spot here on UCW Prime. These young kids are not scared to get hurt. I will tell you that. Our next match, ladies and gentlemen, is set to happen very, very soon. Skillz, Harrison Rose, the Prime Internet Championship is on the line. Next. Now it shows up.
Chains of doubt drag me to the floor. Every step feels like a war. The sky above, a hollow down. Searching for a place called home.
The ring announcer getting everybody ready for what is set to be the co-main event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Harrison, the Mad King of Roses, making his way down to the ring now. Looking to take the Prime Internet Championship away from Skillz. Being the first ever would have been great, but the second ever is almost as good. An off-putting man, to say the least. I like the mask, though. The gold is nice. I like that. Little porcelain mask action. And now, ladies and gentlemen, he is your UCW Prime Internet Champion, Mo Skillz. You got the red app, you got the purple app. We don't really be doing anything on the black and white and red and all them other color app, but I can add that. That's kids, Sour Patch Kids, lol. Yes, sir.